Well, good morning. Welcome back to my live stream of race 2 in the WTRL Zwift Racing League. This one, stage 2, is a points race coming to you from fine and sandy over in Makuri Islands. A and B riders 4 laps, C and D riders 3 laps. This is a B category race. We're doing 42.7 kilometers in length and 310 meters of elevation. 2 segments in play on each lap: the Broadwalk Sprint and the Tide Pool Sprint. Those 2 segments up for FTS FAL points each lap. The A and B riders, you've got 8 segments up for points. C and D riders, you'll have 6. For me, it's just a case of holding on as long as I can. My fitness is nowhere near where I want it to be, but I'm here, I'm showing up, going to give it my all and hopefully get some points for the team where I can. So yeah, 4 laps of this one, bit of an interesting one. Power ups are going to be 75% Aero boost, 25% Steamroller. Steamroller only works on the dirt sections, which is like the little corkscrew climb. Other than that, your bike will roll the same on sand as it does tarmac. So the only real benefit of having a steamroller is going to be on that climb up the little corkscrew climb. So just bear that in mind. If you've got it, before you go over a start finish line or a banner, you want to get rid of it, use it, get rid of it, hopefully get an aero boost which will help with those sprints. Like I said, FTS FAL points up on every section. Everyone scores points in FTS FAL this season, it seems to be a slight change. So maximum points is the maximum number of riders in your race, down to 1 point for the person who crosses last every lap. That's how I've understood the rules. Stand to be corrected. I've just had someone jump in. Andre's just jumped in and said people were getting feathers and draft power ups. Well, they should only, Andre, be getting steamroller and aero boost. So if people are getting other power ups like drafts and feathers, then something's obviously gone wrong in game. We'll see when we get out there. But like I said, down on the WTRL website and in my recon video, it is 75% aero boost, 25% steamroller. Andre's obviously seen something this morning, somebody else to stream, and there's been a glitch with other power-ups. So we'll see how that goes. To be fair, I could do with a feather up on some of these little climbs. As always, jump in the chat, get involved. Like I said, I know I'm not as fit as I used to be, but I'm going to try and hold on. My actual category's dropped to C because I haven't really done a lot of Zwift racing or anything indoors with Zwift for quite some time. I've jumped back on, started the recon videos for you, so thank you for the support and following for them. They've been well received and the feedback's been really positive. Hopefully now I can try and hold some wheels in this race and see how long we go. Andre's just jumped back in the chat saying that don't seem to be set up, so there's been some issues with power-ups. We'll see as we get going with this one then. I don't think power-ups is going to be my main issue in this race. I think it's probably going to be my legs. 4 laps of this one, 2 segments every lap, 8 segments up for play in the A and B race, and 6 segments up for play in the C and D race. Obviously finishing points as well, so even if I have absolutely blown up, I will be finishing this race because it's points at the end of the day if I finish it. So right, let's get the fan on because I'm already absolutely roasting. Try and find it on my phone and get Wahoo fan on. 30 seconds, here we go. Let's get this fan on, finding it, connecting to the headwind. Hopefully the noise won't kick in too much. Fan is on. Just done like a 20-minute warm up and I'm already roasting. So Let's see how this goes. Few teammates in this one, like our team time trial last week, which I was awful in. But hey, new day, more people to sit in and try and float around in the wheels. Try and just have some legs for this one. Here we go then. Let's see what's going to happen. As always, massively quick out the race pens. First banner down here should give us our first power up. So let's see what's going on in game. Right, no power up there. Nice to see all the level shirts around me. Why this has gone off so quick? First sprint's at about 3.1 kilometers. First little kicker of the day. This is where that steamroller will be beneficial on the dirt section in a minute, if we get them. Breathing a little bit heavy. Over the bridge, his left hand turn, into that first sprint. Grab whatever places I can. Feather up, power up. It's the wrong power up for this event. This graph boost is down the road as well. Need to get some recovery in. Yeah, I'm trying to stay there with it, but I'm going to struggle a little bit, not going to lie. Yeah, so as you can see, all the power-ups are wrong. In draft boost and featherweight, which aren't supposed to be in game for this race, so bear that in mind later on when you're racing your race. It could be random, you could get anything. Next sprint segment, 6.4. Around this corner it's going to be. Aero boost there, draft boost, featherweight. Ah. Yeah, I'm done. I'm not going to hold it up here. Yeah, on drive. Got that draft. Got a teammate 7 seconds behind. Hopefully, can sit in with him, get round, finish this race, score whatever points we can. Looks like the race is massively split up ahead as well. So think this is really the harsh reality of indoor racing, is that I've had a few months off the bike for health reasons. Started to get back in Zwift to do your recon videos. Stayed as a category B rider, but my fitness isn't there, and I think Zwift is saying I should be a C, but got to push yourself, got to get out of your comfort zone, mentally challenge yourself to do this. Reason why I got into cycling and enjoy my cycling is because the mental health benefits it gives me. Yeah, I was annoyed last week and I failed to help the team out with the team time trial. Already this week's disappointing, but it's small steps. I'm here in the pain cave on my bike, going to be doing an hour's worth of exercise, and hopefully mentally it'll help me. Results are results at the end of the day. You set goals, and that's what I'm doing. I want to get back on the bike more. I want to get my fitness back up. I want to still do the recon videos for you. Go watch them. Yeah, the live stream videos are pretty poor, but I'm here. We're not sat on the sofa twiddling my thumbs. Came out yesterday and recorded the recon for stage 3, which is out later today, but I just haven't got the legs at the moment for racing. No, I'm not 100% well. My missus did tell me this morning that I shouldn't be racing because I've got a sore throat and not been 100%, but she's gone out, so I've jumped on, and I was going to anyway. She knows that. At the end of the day, if I finish 39th, it's points for the team, whatever. I didn't start, and we only put 5 riders out. We'd have lost 1 point, even if I finished last. Everyone's journey is different. Hopefully, you're watching this live stream or you watch the recons, you're liking the content. Please do like and subscribe to the channel. I do it all for free off my own back with the support of Level Esports Rating, but everything that brings you the recons funded purely by me, and the equipment to do it is funded by me. So, yeah. Cheers, Lisa. Yeah, I probably will. It's worth getting in trouble if I can score some points though. Yeah. Thing is, my partner Lisa is an athlete herself, so she puts herself through the mill when she's not 100%, and she knows that I'll do the same. For now though, stick with Gary and Marcus from Level. If the 3 of us can work together, we might be able to pick up some people if they start to drop off. They're like a TT now for 30 miles. It's a difficult course, Lisa, in the fact that these little climbs are only sort of 3%, but they definitely feel them. You kick in, and I don't have the best watts per kilo either, so giving these two lads in front of me and dropping me now. The scratch race next week on surf and surf is not a nice one either. You get the pain cabin climb at the end of that one, which isn't ideal. I just hope I'm not coming down with COVID. That's going around again at the moment. Hoping it's just a cold. But if these two sprint down here, I'm definitely not. Happy just now to sit in the draft, finish in the top 40, take the points, reset and go again. I think Gareth will set up and wait for us now. That's the first time I've got the right power up for this course. Power ups are all over the place. They're not as advertised. If you're joining this and wondering why there's a draft power boost in front of me, we've had lots of things. I haven't seen a Steamroller yet. We've had featherweight, we've had draft boost, we've had Aero boost. Yeah, power ups all over the place. I'll feed that back into WTRL when I finish, but probably won't change now for this round. Come on, guys. But someone 11 seconds ahead of us. Like, maybe we can close that gap and become at 4. That definitely helped me, because do less on the front then. If I ever get there. Talking about routes and stuff, I definitely think looking at surf and turf, which is stage 3 next week, as a scratch race. We've raced that before in the WTRL as a points race. Would have been nice to have seen something slightly different this time around, and seeing something that we've already done within the last year. But I know it's a slightly different format being a scratch race, but I think any feedback should be welcomed at WTRL. Am I doing FRR for France? Yeah, at least I've signed up to it. I'm hoping to do it. It's definitely going to come down to timings and my fitness, I think. Might be for a bit of a crack, just to have that motivation to get out of the daily and do it. But the goals at the moment is just getting my health back on track and getting my fitness back on track. Hopefully the health is on the mend, fingers crossed. Slowly getting there, and I'm definitely enjoying being back on the bike. And I've also rekindled my love with golf as well, so yeah, exactly that, Lisa. Do it as endurance rides. Probably do it as some really good base miles for me, and then when you do it as base miles, I'll be happy. Do love the FRR, all the work that Richie Vale puts in for that, and obviously you got the Super 6 as well coming from them later on in October. Yeah, watch this space for interesting stuff coming from Richie Vale at FRR. Yeah, sorry, this race isn't the best. I'm just going to see if I can jump across to a fan view. Somebody out. I haven't got a clue how to do it. Can I do it on my phone? Gareth's gone again for a sprint. Try and see if I can do fan view. No, that seems to work out how to do fan view. You said if I could have given you fan view, you could have seen what was going on down in the main bunch, but I can't work out how to get you there. Here we go. That's a fan view of James Hilton, back in about 24th place in that main group. I need to be mindful now to take people behind me. Yeah, I won't be racing them either, Liz. Absolutely no point. The goal for that, if I can do all the stages, is to try and start and finish every stage. I'm expecting that my category would have dropped anyway. Should make it a bit more enjoyable. Alright, man, hold on for dear life now. Hot, sweaty mess. I've got a cold, this will clear it out, won't it? Throat was like razor blades, but I'm guessing now on the next 2 laps, for the maximum points, we need to be ahead of this Wilcosaurus for more points over the segment and try and finish ahead of him. So yeah, James, it is a painful one. I'm not going to lie. You're right, if it wasn't for the little corkscrew dirt sections where we haven't even got the Steamroller power up to make the rolling resistance the same, but yeah. We've got a little level train going here. 2 laps to go. Next sprint then on lap 3 is at 24.5, 27.6. Start finish line is just around this corner. To end lap 2. As I sit here, let's have a quick fan view again of James is holding on to the back of that main group at the moment, doing well there. They're about a minute and a half plus ahead of us. I know we've all backed off, but in a points race now, it's just FTS and FAL to really play for and finishing points. So try our best to get whatever segments points we can now. Have a quick look how Rob's doing as well. Rob's up there in 7th, pushing on now. He is to the next sprint. He's on the S-Works with MV wheels. Good bike choice. Yeah, so he's heading in 6th place. The smaller little group. Race is definitely split apart, but Rob from Level is up there. Going into that sprint segment, he will be now. But he spin back to it. Here he goes. This is this sprint segment. All the orange numbers lighting up. He's holding his own in that front group of this race. Right. Back to the back end. Let's just try and hold these wheels up here again. Someone put in the comments, I know it's only 3%, but 3% on dirt, so you get less rolling resistance. My watts per kilo aren't massive, so definitely feel these, especially when for a lot of these races they attack on these shorter sort of 0.5, 0.6 kilometer length climbs. I was going to sit behind Wilcosaurus then, but little dig, get across to our little level train You have to get across to us then, which I think he's done. Whew. I've had one little sprint. That Rob's doing. Starting nicely. Top 20. Just getting to the type-all sprint. There he is. Come on, Rob. Digging deep. Here he goes. Go on. All the orange numbers lighting up on those sprint segments. Yeah, so Rob's holding his own in the top 20 there. Back at the boring end. Glad to get another hour on the bike then. I think 220 used to be my zone 2 base training. Let's sit at 220 watts for a couple of hours. I'm a long way off of that at the moment. Cold water and a sore throat don't mix. Right, type-all sprint for the third time in a minute. 27.5. Yes, I've got an Aero boost, but joined the video late. Power-ups for this week are all over the place. They're not as listed. We've had featherweight, we've had draft boost, we've had Aero boost. Haven't seen a Steamroller yet. Yeah, very much random. Hopefully the FTS FAL points are all right on every lap. Be scrapping for any last point we can get. Also in the recon video I put out for this stage, if you haven't watched it, shame on you, but update for stage 1, the team time trial. There were lots of issues, but teams that haven't raced it will want to race it again and do so on the 14th of October. A bit of a sweep up, rerun stage 1. Whatever time you post on the 14th of October is the time that will be used. If you don't think you can better your time you did last week, I wouldn't bother redoing it. And I know, reading some forums yesterday, WTRL have had to juggle some leagues around as well, which has caused a few issues for some teams, but it's all part of the process. These events take a lot of organising. They do come with small hiccups along the way. And as my coach always says, train, adapt, and overcome. Here's the next sprint segment. Some of these segments is not to try and beat my teammate, just try and get over the line for Wilcosaurus. Points make prizes. Or something like that. You nearly done yet? I know we've got a corkscrew to do again 3 times more. So for C and D riders, this would be your final lap, because you're only doing 3 laps of this circuit. C and D riders, 3 laps, 2 segments per lap, 6 segments for points in total. So A and B riders, 4 laps of the circuit with 2 segments per lap, 8 segments in total for FTS FAL points. So same course, different amount of laps. It looks like we've distanced Wilcosaurus for nearly a minute, so our finishing places are pretty much guaranteed unless the wheels come off somewhere. I'm sitting with the boys now, keep my heart rate under control a little bit, and get this one to the finish line. Have a quick look front of the race, see who's up there. Nathaniel and Rob look like they're up in the front pack. They are just heading in towards Walk Sprint by the looks of it. In that corner, I guess it's their sprint. We've got two level riders up in that front group, doing really well. Fingers crossed they can hold it there, keep it going. The only problem when I flip between the screens is I can't see what I'm doing. The front group of this race are at 35.5 kilometres, so they're 3.5 kilometres ahead of us. Just gone through that first sprint on the final lap. Okay, right in there. Switch back to them in a little while as they near the end of their race. These two are pushing on and leaving me behind. Probably should stop talking there. It is nice, yeah. I think I need something. Sweating like anything. The puddle on the floor is fun. Whew. I have torn me wearing like a sweatband, like Bjorn Borg or Pat Cash. I just find they irritate me. Same as their cycling caps and stuff. They irritate me because they get so wet. I'd rather have a good old towel and keep swapping the towels. And a good old disinfect afterwards, clean the, wow, kick a bike up, clean up the rocker plate, get it all wiped down. That's it, it's the final time up this, but it's not. I'll do it the other way in a minute anyway. Their race is coming towards an end by the looks of it. Title sprint they've just finished. Got what? 3 kilometers to go. Be back there in a minute. That's an hour done training. It's the longest I've been on a bike for a while, especially indoors. So take the positives. 111 watts. Not great. Not zone 2 figures for me, but take the positive. It's an hour we've done on the bike, and not an hour sound so far. Oh, it's gone a bit quiet now. It's the finish of their race, or finish of our race even. One off the front. Nat's chasing it by the looks of it. The front of our group. Left down bend. Back past the start finish pens. Rob's in the field there as well. Hopefully they can get something across the line. There's a few there. I think James is in that as well. There's 3 riders in there. Here we go, kicking up to the finish now. There they go. Good finishes there by the lads. Right then, back to the opposite end of the race. They're finishing. We've got 5k to go, but it's a points race, so we can still score some points. Go for one final attempt at a slight sprint, just to see if I can better myself and push up that leaderboard a little bit. Coming in at 38.4. Tide full sprint segment through that arch there it is. It's got an aero boost. Nah, probably my best time, but whew. Let Marcus get across to us, no point in. There you go. All back together. One final little corkscrew climb. And that'll be my work done here. You're racing it tonight. Obviously don't race it like I have, but you really need to be in the mix on those corkscrew climbs. You do it twice every lap, the corkscrews. Just need to hold the wheels as best you can in them, because that is where these races have been broken up. Watching a few this morning and this one, that's where the attacks went. Holding on for dear life now. Ah. Ah. Final kilometre. Not been the most enthralling live stream video ever, but the recon video is probably more exciting to watch anyway than a middle-aged man in like sweating like anything for over an hour. Thing is, getting it done. Final push in a minute to the line. Get rid of the draft boost. Give it a final kick and get this race finished. Oh. There you go. James finished 27th. Nat finished 12th. Nat 216 watts for 3.7 watts per kilo. That's a dream for me, that would be. Rob finished 9th. Well done, Rob. 230 watts, 3.3. There's the winner. 277, 3.7. Well, got round. It's a points race, so finishing 36, you get points. 37th even, you get points for that. There'll be points for FDS every hour along the way. Not going to be challenging the top end of any leaderboards, but points are points, and the fact that we started with 6 riders, all 6 of us finished, we've got points. That's the main thing with a points race. You drop out of that main group, keep going, and push on. But yeah, once I knew I was out of the that front pack, it was just a case of turn it into a zone 2, grind it out, get it done, and at the end of the day, it's an hour and 15. Plus the warm up, it's an hour and a half done on the bike today, and I've enjoyed it. Now, quick shower, bit of food, get your recon for stage 3 out. But yeah, all in all, positives got taken away, goals are there to be made. So we'll push on. But sorry, it's not been the most interesting video today or stream. Tried my hardest and getting back there. And don't forget, recon for this race is out on my channel, and also recon for next week's race will be out later on today as well. Use them, recon notes in the descriptions of all my videos, including this one as well. Enjoy your race later on. If you're liking the content, and please thumbs up, like and subscribe. I'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching.